Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have trusted Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. Just tell Progressive what you want to pay, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Visit Progressive.com to find a car insurance rate that works for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Ben Kissel here with Henry Zabrowski.
Yeah, it's me, man.
Yeah, bro. Henry Zabrowski is smoking some of that sweet Last Podcast on the Left, babe. So go out there and purchase yourself some. I hope you enjoy it. We have sativa, we have indica, and we have a hybrid. And I have to tell you, from my personal experience, they are wonderful.
Super tasty live resin. You really get the delicious weedy taste, which is what I like. And
Yes.
3 different experiences. You go to your local vape store and get it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We absolutely love you. Can't wait to see you on the road and get that vape, put it in your brain, and have a good time.
And if you want us at your favorite weed store, give them a call and ask for them by name. Last Podcast on the Left. It's weed.
Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
A roast as dark as the night, perfect for fueling the cryptid research and mad ravings required for your podcasting. Don't mind the red eyes. He's just trying to warn you of the bridge.
The bridge.
Finally, from the caffeine-addled brains of Spring Heel Jack Coffee and Last Podcast on the Left, we bring you Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Yes, delicious Panama beans. Go to lastpodcastmerch.com to order yours today.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the Last Podcast
On the Left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
This whole episode, it really reminds me of Ringo Starr's solo career.
Ooh.
And what he had to do afterwards. I was just listening to his No No song.
No.
It's all about him saying no to weed and no to cocaine. And,
Really?
And he goes like, no, I'm not gonna be smoking that. Like he does this weird Jamaican accent in
Really?
it too. And this is where I really feel where Karla Homolka is now. She is Ringo Starr doing a Jamaican accent.
Don't do that to Ringo. He was a fantastic drummer. He
should have stuck to drumming.
Please. Ben, the word you're looking for is competent. He was a competent drummer.
Competent drummer. Well, yeah,
What's more fantastic than that?
it's like a famous joke now about how Ringo wasn't even the best drummer in the Beatles.
All right, I'm not going to allow it to stand. Welcome to Last Podcast on the Left, everyone. I am Ben with Marcus and Henry, and today's episode, we are going to fill in a couple of cracks that we weren't able to get to when
This
talking
is a real crack filler.
This is a crack filler. This is a plumber's episode. Fill in the crack. We weren't able to get to all of the crazy post-prison life when discussing Karla Homolka. So today we will discuss that. Dare I say today's episode in many ways? It's about second chances.
Oh, isn't it?
And don't we all need a second chance even if we kill our own sister?
I think that Karla Homolka actually didn't deserve a second chance.
Yeah, maybe not.
Now, when we ended last week's episode, we talked a little about what Karla Homolka did following her 10-year stint in prison. Namely, we said that she married her lawyer's brother and had children with him, but currently lives alone in Quebec.
What is it with lawyers marrying their most problematic clients?
Well, you get...
Or lawyers' brothers.
You get intimate, right? You
Yeah.
spend years working together. You know all of her secrets. She has confided to you. You've seen the inside of her asshole and her pussy for so long because you watched all of those videos, and you just put your hand over what she was doing, right? You just saw her nude body. You put your hand over on the screen physically so you couldn't
Right.
see what was actually happening.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know, I think a lot of people misunderstand Karla. You start saying that more and more often. Being like,
Yep.
I think that actually there's something inside of Karla that I can access, and it'll actually help me be a better lawyer and nay, a better man.
Well, that's funny. That happens a lot with Karla Homolka, is men specifically who spend a lot of time around her. The more time they spend around her, the more somewhat sympathetic they become towards her, the more she trapped. I mean, she definitely does a siren song on these guys and convinces them, even though they've all seen the videos, they all know what she did, they've heard the testimony, they know everything, and yet when she is one-on-one with them, she can bring out that little snake dance, man. She knows how to do it.
She is a shapeshifter. I think that she's like, her and Paul Bernardo were a good couple in that way, where it's because she shifted into whatever he wanted him to feel like, and he wanted her to be, right? So she fed it. She liked the song and dance, and it wasn't until the heat got too hot that the chef had to leave the goddamn kitchen. It was because when it come down
That
to
ain't
it,
right.
he was turning his murderous impulses to her. She was definitely next on the list. I did get a good update about the nature of how the videos were found and how they were not found in the police search. That they were actually found by the defense lawyers before.
Well, that was a bad thing for them to find.
After they went through the house, right? So this is the way they talked about it in this documentary I was watching. After they went through the house, basically, I mean, and this is barely an exaggeration, the police officers were like, you wouldn't even believe how we went through that house. We bound it, we tied it down, we made it tell us Merry Christmas, we ripped through that whole goddamn house, right? They couldn't find it. Apparently, it was in a cookie jar. It was in a jar in the kitchen, and it was wrapped up with a note that says, hey, if anybody finds this, if you're a teen, the only people who are allowed to find this are people who lived inside 57 Bayview. They're the only people allowed to read this letter. And then they read this letter that said, if anybody has found these tapes inside while the police are doing their search, you have to call me with the code, hey, how are the Jays doing today? That means that they found the tapes in the search.
Oh, so
if not,
Blue Jays. Yeah,
Yes.
Toronto
Blue Jays.
but if
yes.
not, they're supposed to call and say, hey, how are the leaves doing? Right? Which is
the
the maple
maple
leaves,
leaves.
right? Saying that means they didn't find the tapes. His lawyers found the tapes. They said they had
Well,
lunch.
they better find the tapes during baseball and hockey season.
Oh, yeah, they had lunch inside of the house. Inside of 57 Bayview, the Port Dalhousie house, right, where all of the end murders happen. They just sat there having whatever, eating, God knows, whatever weird Canadian burgers they decided to have.
Perhaps a burger. It could be a burger. Yeah.
But that's how it turned into this game, essentially, where then Paul said, destroy the tapes. They're like, that's destroying evidence. We can't do that. Now you've tied us in. And then his lawyers kicked the can to the Crown lawyers.
Maybe record over the tapes with a little tool time.
But they tried to actually blackmail the courts by saying, hey, you're going to give us a plea deal for Paul Bernardo, or we're going to make everybody see these tapes. And the Crown was like, yes, everybody has to see these tapes.
All right, there you go.
Well, the road to Karla living alone in Quebec is long and winding, and it's on today's episode that we'll talk about Karla's life in prison and what happened to her after she was released.
Sounds like she's living a real duck dick there after prison.
I don't understand.
Long and winding. Life is nothing more than a duck dick, isn't it?
I was just thinking of the Sheryl Crow song.
Life is a
but
duck
that's-
dick. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you.
So skinny.
It's very thin.
In addition, we'll also talk about the post-prison lives of some notorious American criminals who did their time but currently live fine and fancy lives.
No, fat and sassy.
Oh, I love that one. Eat some soups, cook some bread.
Now, after Karla Homolka testified against Paul Bernardo, she was sent to the unimaginatively titled Prison for Women in Kingston, Ontario.
Ontario, which I love, giving it some island spice.
What do you want them to call it, to be fair? What do you want, like...
Ontario, I love it. But Prison for Women just sounds like an ABC comedy.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Orange is the new black. Remember that? They were
yeah,
like,
I do.
It's kind of funny being in jail.
I remember the nude scenes.
I don't think there were any.
What?
No,
It's filled with nude scenes.
it's the movie Oz. That was
No,
the
no,
TV show
dude. Oh,
Oz.
fucking Orange is the New Black was great. Everybody's nude in it.
I can't watch all that.
Yeah, I understand. Well, let's take a fun little side journey into the prison for women for just a moment.
Okay.
In the early 1960s, 23 inmates at Kingston's Prison for Women were given LSD as a part of a psychological experiment. But unlike the Concord prison experiment, where young offenders were given psilocybin under supervision with some positive results, the Prison for Women experiments just seemed cruel and, again, lazy.
Next year, we're going to be doing a big series that I'm very, very excited for. But this will feature into that in a way, because a lot of the experiments that went down for human behavior controlling did happen in Canada. And they were trying to see what happened, because the United States has a really good way of being like, you do it. Give us the test results afterwards, and then we'll blame you for what you did, you dirty Canadians.
They still had to say yes. Mm-hmm. One involuntary participant named Dorothy Parker, 17 at the time, said that she was given LSD when she was in solitary confinement, and then she was just left alone.
That's not a fun trip.
No, it's not, dude. This is government acid, too. You remember that from Project Ed Wood? Like, this shit is, like, not cool. Like, it's not fun or light. Like, this, it's hot off the presses. It's right out the batch, and it's, like, not cut.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing to look at. You can't even see any colors or anything. It's got to be sad.
The walls melted. The bars of her cells turned to snakes.
Cool.
And she was so terrified that she could only scream without noise. Or as she fucking terrifyingly put it, she could only dry scream.
When you don't have the time to wet scream on your way out for a night on the town, get yourself a bottle of dry scream.
Was the prison psychologist Scarecrow? What the hell is going on? Why are they doing this?
They were inspired by us.
She should have just, you could have also given her ultimate power to break open the bars and escape the prison. Sometimes when you're on LSD, you think you're really strong, but then you realize you're just holding a piece of bread.
You joke, but there's a lot of people that did sort of believe that. We talked about it a little bit when we did Project, I believe it was Stargazer, I forget what the term was, when we were talking about remote viewing, that they do believe, there was some theory in the end that like maybe you can truly trip hard enough to see the atom linings of things and like move through them.
Well, this is the early 60s. This is when LSD was brand new. It was not well understood at all what it could do. This is better living through chemistry. They're thinking at this point, I mean, for fuck's sake, the Nazis just conquered France by being on meth. And that was and that was never possible before. But
it was a huge advertisement for meth.
I mean, it is kind of fun to pretend like you're in Castlevania. All the bars are snakes, the walls are melting.
If
It
you
could be a
wanted
good
that,
time.
I do purposely inside of my own home. If I do acid inside, my house is still just a fucking horror house inside of it, right? I just animatronics and cobwebs all over everything because we haven't had time to clean anything. But the idea if I took acid and just stayed in the room with my animatronics, then it's fun.
That could be fun.
Because then they talk to you, you learn about their backstory, they tell you all sorts of things, what it means to be a living scarecrow.
You start a band with them. Remember that? Do you guys ever see that band Captured by Robots?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. Anyway, the whole lead singer was captured by his robots, and he would sing, and the robots would make him sing.
I mean, that's cool.
It's awesome.
But yeah, voluntarily, it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Well, another unwilling inmate who withheld her name said that she was given LSD and also locked in her cell. In her cell, while she was tripping, she slashed her left arm and hallucinated spiders crawling out of the wound. And by the time she got to the point where she could even try to sleep, she convinced herself that the spiders had all ejaculated. And their semen had turned into more spiders, which were all trying to crawl up her vagina.
Of course.
To prevent this, she stuffed every orifice on her body with wadded up toilet paper.
And you just
Spider
have
cum.
Spider cum is hard to get rid of.
my
Have you ever tried to
God.
get it out of a bunch of clothes?
It's hard.
After I just did Spider-Man 2 holidays in a row?
I know you and Marcus as well. You guys know about spider cum.
You know about spider cum. It sticks to the wall.
I know all about spider cum. That's how he sticks.
Isn't that?
Oh, yes.
It is kind of cum, isn't it? The spider web itself. Doesn't it
think
come from?
It
we're gonna
depends
get
on
into-
what it depends on what sort of Spider-Man canon you're going for. If you're going for organic web shooters, then yeah, it's some sort of bodily fluid that shoots out of his body. But canon, for the most part, Spider-Man does have web shooters that he has constructed that shoot a concoction that he himself has made. Because remember, Spider-Man is also a scientist.
He's a boy scientist.
He's in high school.
He's a child scientist.
He's a scientist?
Yes,
He's
but
a
then their
scientist who turns
spider
into a
made
man
him.
scientist.
Did it give him spider intelligence? That doesn't work.
He was already smart. That was his whole problem because he was nerdy Peter Parker and he was always getting bullied by Flash Thompson and all the other assholes. And then the spider bites him and then he goes and he tries to make money being a wrestler and then he lets the
remember.
burglar go and
This is the
Uncle Ben
original.
gets killed and then
Tobey
so on and
Maguire.
so
Tell you one
forth for
thing.
50 fucking years.
Someone's got to make a movie or a comic book about that. Because that is crazy. That is insane.
But yeah. Side Stories LPOTL is webs, shit, or cum. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's definitely a bodily fluid. I'll
We'll
say
find
that.
out, Marcus. We'll find out.
Well,
We'll
as
get
far
to the
as-
bottom of it.
But
Don't worry
also,
about it.
all of this shit is being yelled at like fervently by a man with the little circle glasses. So that's how you know he's an old-timey psychologist going, interesting. It's
So scary.
And that's it. And you're like, what does this data serve? What is helping? What is this helping?
Exactly.
Well, as far as long-term effects went, both of these women suffered from post-hallucinogenic perceptual disorder. Dorothy, it's basically flashbacks for the rest of your life that can come at any time, and they're always terrifying. Dorothy, for example, could only sleep if she held her arms across herself like she was in a coffin. She couldn't look in mirrors for fear that she'd be drawn inside. She had difficulty walking downstairs because her depth perception was all fucked up, and she couldn't look at her own skin for too long lest she see it bubble and ooze.
Are you just talking about Phil Lesh? Because I feel he must do the same. Is he dead?
No. Fucking Fish, I think, has 8 million dates for this year, so they're doing fine.
They're busy, man. I like that Oculus kind of thing, dude. Like going into the mirror and stuff. Tripping and looking in the mirror. That's what I did for Cena's bachelor party for many hours.
Yeah.
But it's fun because what's in there?
I've always heard it's the worst possible idea.
You learn a lot about yourself.
I thought it was actually really fun. I mean, I was locked in a bathroom.
It does sort of feel nice to cross the gauntlet of your own ego and personality, because that's what it is. It's like you're facing yourself,
Right.
And it's just like
The
you
ultimate
having
evil.
the ultimate evil, because then you really have to look. It's like in Neverending Story when he looks in the mirror and it's just being like, because it shows you who you really are, and then you have to look at who you really are. And do you like that man, or do you smash the fucking mirror?
Do you like what you see? Do you like what you see?
Now, supposedly, these experiments were set up to test the possible therapeutic applications of LSD. That was the whole point.
is-
Let's give it
Wow.
to
Put
them
him
and
in a
see if
fucking-
it fixes. But I
What
think
given
the
him a
Canadians-
Peloton. Like some kind of like exercise bike. Why
Anything.
don't you draw something? Why don't you fucking...
Anything.
No, what I think the Canadians didn't understand is that you gotta like talk to your patients and guide them through their
Yeah.
trip. They just gave them a tab and locked them away for a few days like they were smoking a fucking brisket.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It's true.
Horrible.
Set it and forget it.
No, remember it. Because those are human beings and cells thinking that the spiders are coming all over them.
And you're just going,
Yeah.
interesting. That is
It's not interesting.
It is.
It's not even
It
interesting.
is because as far as I know, spiders come dry.
Well, if it is the Americans giving the Canadians these assignments to do, they gave the Canadians the most bobo fucking assignment there is, which is just give it to them and we'll make that test. If you just give it to them and leave them alone for 3 days, will that fix them?
Well, this is my question. Which is worse, set it and forget it, or psychic driving? Which is what they did in Buffalo, and they did the other things where you keep them up for days with high-powered music, and then you speed them up with amphetamines and bring them down with fucking barbiturates, and then you show them butterflies again and again and again, and tell them to be an assassin.
I think
It's
I
time
would
for you to
rather
be an assassin.
I would rather have that. I would rather have
It's
that.
something to do.
It's something to do, yeah.
But with this digression over, let's return to Karla Homolka's time in Kingston's prison for women. I just thought that was a fascinating digression.
It is, because that's where she ended up, and now she's kind of in like, I guess it's sort of a friendlier version.
Well, Kingston's prison for women is known as the worst women's prison in Canada. This place is fucking awful, and they're purposefully sending Karla Homolka there.
Okay.
Now, once Karla went into prison to serve her sentence, her mother, Dorothy, started suffering nervous breakdowns every year between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Sure.
From reports, these collapses were severe enough to hospitalize Dorothy Homolka sometimes for months at a time, most likely because she was haunted by the fact that one of her daughters had killed the other one gray December morn.
Yeah, I don't think that Christmas is ever going to be the same for the Homolka family.
No, he's saving a lot of money on gifts, though.
No, technically it's hospital bills.
Yeah,
hospital
that's
bills.
true.
That's
Not
where it
saving
goes.
any
Well,
money.
no, not in Canada. In Canada, you can faint for free.
Oh, shit, yeah. So they're making money.
They're
on
making
that
money.
murder. Yeah. Now, Karla didn't stay idle in prison. She began a correspondence course at Kingston through Queen's University. And like Ted Bundy, she eventually got a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Oh, good.
But this wasn't really that surprising because Karla did have to fill up her time with something. In Kingston's prison for women, Karla, who at this point had been proved a fraud by the sex tapes, she was locked in her cell more than 20 hours a day.
Because while we didn't get to, as the public, see the videos,
I don't want to see the videos.
there was enough descriptions of the videos that people knew that she was an enthusiastic co-torturer. Like she was right there too, cackling and screaming with a leather fucking mask on, doing all sorts of horrible shit. She was also the one inserting big things into the orifices. She was doing this shit, and now she's just out, and she's here, and they're like, well, we have to now hide you from everybody else who's trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kingston's prison for women obviously didn't have a stellar reputation, and the LSD experiments were the least of it. The facility was said to be cruel, inhumane, and degrading, with the indigenous inmates reporting the most violent treatment by staff. As a result, Kingston's prison for women slowly began shuttling prisoners out of the facility in anticipation of its closing in the year 2000.
Why didn't they throw a big talent show to keep it open?
I think they wanted to close it because of all the horrible things that happened inside of it.
No, you got to keep it open. Throw a talent show, a bake sale.
I would love to see Karla's talent.
I will be doing ribbon dancing to the Ozzy Osbourne song, No More Tears.
Oh,
And you're like,
wow.
whoa,
Wow,
I mean, it's
ribbon
like
dance.
surprisingly metal, honestly. I didn't expect it to rock as hard as it did, but when she swept that red one as he go, No More Tears, I was like, Karla, you got the X factor.
I think it's an Olympic event.
It is. For Karla, she got, I don't know why I said it is. I don't know if it is
I
or
think
not.
it
Maybe
I think
it's
it
not.
is. I actually
Okay,
might have
ribbon
demoted
dancing?
it for being too stupid. Because who gives a shit about ribbons? This isn't Joanne's Fabrics. This is the Olympics.
Breakdancing will be in the LA Olympics, which will be kind of fun.
That will be fun, except it's going to ruin this city, and I'm going to leave town while it's here.
Okay.
Yep. Well, for Karla, she got her transfer in 1997 to a medium security prison in Joliet, Quebec, called the Joliet Institution.
Yeah, Juliet Jake.
No joke.
Yeah.
That is where the Blues Brothers went to prison,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Well, they went to prison in Joliet, Illinois, which
yeah.
is a real, actual, very real prison. It's just a coincidence that Canada also had a Joliet.
Okay.
Now, the Joliet Institution came under fire for making prison far too easy for criminals doing time, but that reputation didn't really make itself known until Karla Homolka was transferred to the facility. Afterward, Canadian columnists thought themselves highly clever in renaming the medium security facility to Club Fed.
We've been doing that
More like
bit
Club Fed.
for longer than you've been imprisoning people, Canada.
Yeah.
That's an American bit.
Well, is it an American bit or
Yes.
did they start it here in Canada?
No, I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
either.
Maybe I'm
because
incorrect.
the one
but
thing that they do improv anywhere.
yes, they do.
And they can
Yeah.
just nail
They're
it.
very good at comedy.
They
are
They're
very,
very
good at
funny.
comedy. But I
Yeah.
think it comes from, because even in Goodfellas, they had the guy fucking slicing the garlic with the razor and doing all that kind of shit
Club
where he's
Fed.
cooking.
That's
Club
nice.
Fed, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And really, if I was ever going to do time, I'd want it to be in a place like this.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, the prison was made up of 10 two-story cottage units with 8 women in each, with a grocery store on the grounds where inmates could spend $4 a day on whatever they wanted.
I'll
There
take
were
the condoms.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot with $4, but you know.
There were porch swings, a tabby cat wandering the grounds, volleyball games, card tournaments, and free reign to walk around the grounds between dorms if the women so chose.
This is the type of place where they make those women prison documentaries I've seen.
Oh, I see.
Yes, where they have a lot of
indeed.
freedom. Too.
I mean,
just a lot of leg room, and I think they have a lot of times they'll have a scissor room.
Yeah.
which is really incredible. I think it's very nice.
Arts and crafts, sure. I have no problem with it in theory, having a good prison where people are treated humanely. It's just tough because Karla Homolka
She doesn't
treated
deserve it.
people so horribly.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve it. Other people that are there deserve it, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mothers could even visit their children in an on-site daycare, and Homolka actually applied for the prison's parenting skills program so she could babysit her fellow inmates' children.
Well, I don't know if that's the right idea for her. No.
This request was denied.
Okay.
What?
I'm actually going to say that.
Well, why though? Why would you deny that?
At this point in the story, it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
So I'm
sure.
actually
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
they finally were like, no.
Live from your grave.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
Now, Karla's transfer to this facility caused a firestorm of controversy in the Ontario press. But when those same reporters interviewed Quebecois residents they thought and asked them what they thought of Karla Homolka being held in their province, most of them had never even fucking heard the name Karla Homolka.
What?
They were in prison.
No, this was people who lived in Quebec. Just people
Quebec
who lived
really does. They
around the prison.
Really?
They had
They
no
did-
fucking clue.
Seriously, email me sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com about this because I does feel that Quebec, quite often than not, they do live in their own world.
They're French.
They do.
Yeah, the Quebecois, like, they have their own news. They don't really want to be a part of Canada, right? I don't know if that's true or not.
We saw that in our Rocktario series. There were
Yes.
so many times that Rocktario was able to go back and forth because Quebec didn't talk to, it's Ontario. I know it's Ontario.
No, but Ontario is fun. We all are having a good time with it.
I do love Ontario.
But it's harder to do than the purposeful mispronunciation than the real one because then you get caught up and you're like, what am I saying anymore?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but they were going back and forth between provinces. But yeah, because, in Quebec, they speak French, and they don't have English-speaking media, or at least they really didn't back then, back
They
in
look
the
down
early
on us
90s.
like a bunch of uneducated dogs.
To be fair, they mostly spit French.
Yes.
It's a very
yes.
there's
But
a lot of
Montreal,
saliva.
beautiful city.
Oh, I love it. I love all of. We love Canada. We're just making jokes here.
Yeah,
We can't wait to see. We'll be in Vancouver very soon.
Good plug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But, Karla Homolka, because there was this language barrier, she could expect a degree of anonymity in Quebec for a bit, at least until the details of her many crimes trickled their way into the Quebecois consciousness.
They're like, no, you're not supposed to do what with the pee-pee. No, the husband and wife, they pee-pee on each other. You must be married.
Well, sure, marriage would be fine.
Drink the pee-pee, of course. Do not splash the pee-pee.
I think it's everything else they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, with all the free movement in her new facility, Karla started a sexual affair with a transgender prisoner also housed in Joliette with the birth name of Linda Veronneau.
So two male.
Female to male, yes. But still, birth female, therefore he was sent to a women's prison.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, Veronneau was serving time for a series of armed robberies when he first met Karla Homolka in prison. But once he was released, he reoffended specifically so he could go back into prison to be with Karla.
Have you ever done anything so romantic in your fucking little life?
That's a love story right there.
You have to be
Truly.
so addicted to her fucking cooch.
I think it's more of a lust story than a love story.
No way. Because also in prison, I guess you kind of have to figure out a way to consummate it. And then you kind of have that kind of dalliance back and forth. It's like, do we do it in the
can have a
scissoring
full
room
wedding.
we're supposed to? Because you have the scissoring room for it. But then you go to another place where it's just been like, technically we're supposed to be in the kitchen duty. It's kind of funny, eat pussy by the soup.
Well, from what I've learned from the newest season of Love After Lockup, from an inmate, a former inmate who had a lesbian affair while she was in prison, what they do a lot of times is they put cloths over the windows, and then there's a lookout who yells 12 when an officer is coming, and then they have to get dressed real fast.
All right, there you go.
But what about the lookout?
The lookout's just, probably
something
getting
fun.
some,
They're
getting a
cooking out.
memory out of it.
Yeah, I
you know?
guess, you get to watch and fucking slap the bean while they're doing it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's what I would
If
do.
you want to.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
If you're a
Technically,
bad,
part of the
bad
scenario.
lookout,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be looking out. You're
One
supposed to
eye
be
this
looking
way.
in.
You can still fucking gurk. How long is it going to take you to come in prison?
Oh, gosh. You have all day.
Well, interestingly, Karla Homolka would write letters to Veronneau in the exact same immature, girlish language that she used when she wrote love notes to the psychopathic Paul Bernardo. In fact, Karla's whole life seemed to be an attempt to hold on to childhood. Her prison cell walls were adorned with cartoon character posters. Her letters were festooned with heart, snowman, and teddy bear stickers. And she even had Mickey Mouse bed sheets on her bunk.
This is why I don't trust cute shit.
I don't
At
like
a
cute
certain
shit, yeah.
age, when you're an adult and you like really cute stuff and you only like cute stuff, I just feel like you're hiding something.
It's the problem. It's the insinuation. I know we have a lot of Funko people in our
No, I'm
sphere.
not talking Funko. You can have a Funko collection. It just can't. Well, no, never mind. You can collect whatever.
It's just
You can
difficult.
have a Funko collection. Funko's fine. That's
I
one
know.
thing.
I'm just saying
know.
if you only listen to like kids music and
I
you
mean,
only
that's
watch like
weird.
G-rated
and
shows.
you're
That's
35
weird. That
and you
you're-
still carry around like a Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper. Like that shit's
But
weird.
then again,
It
you can
gets weird.
also do
It
that.
gets weird.
It's mostly, again, if you have sex with your sister and kill her.
That's the thing. Is that
That's
all
mostly
of this
again.
is
That's-
within the
yeah,
context.
because I don't
of-
wanna-
Yeah, that's why it's
Oh, yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
But she really does. I feel like it is an attempt to hold on to childhood. I also think that in the again. Well, I don't know if we even emphasized enough with Paul Bernardo when we were talking with in the last episode. She's empty.
Yeah.
Right? There is no Karla. There might be more. I think actually maybe there's more of a Karla than there is a Paul Bernardo, where like there is no Paul Bernardo. Paul Bernardo is a homicidal mirror to the world. Like he is a ghoul and a ghost, right? Karla Homolka is kind of the same way, where it's like anything that I guess could fill her some, like, because it's just the empty trappings of what would be a normal childhood bedroom. Like, it's not any of the feelings. It's just like, you just have all this like kid stuff up because it kind of like makes you feel innocent.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, eventually, Karla and Verano's relationship soured, and Verano spoke to the press, probably for a nominal fee.
Uh-oh.
According to his recollections, Karla liked to be tied up during sex, and one of the sexual games they played simulated rape.
It was the only way she could go.
Yep. But while the middle of Karla's prison sentence sounded like a softcore romp, the end of her run in prison was a return to the hard bars of a maximum security facility. This one was the St. Anne de Plain Institution. Now, this prison had both a men's facility and a women's facility, and Karla, ever the horny girl, began a sexual relationship with a convicted murderer named Jean-Paul Gerbet, who was doing life in the men's unit for strangling his girlfriend.
Karla, don't forget, it's the Sadie Hawkins dance on Friday.
Yeah,
Did you ask him?
Yeah, I did.
What did he say?
He said, "What if I could kill you?" And I was like, "You are my prince."
Wow.
Seriously, she got fucked more in jail than some people do throughout all of college.
Wow.
Yep. From reports, Karla and Jean-Paul would leave notes hidden in common areas that male and female inmates use separately at different times a day. Dead drops. Eventually, Gerbet
It's a pretty CIA term for what it was. But okay.
It's true.
All right.
Eventually, Gerbet managed to take a nude photo of himself, which was later found in Karla's cell.
Ooh.
As far as what she gave in return, she was able to leave him undergarments, most likely dirty panties.
Dirty prison panties.
Yeah, sometimes you got to leave those little breadcrumbs.
Oh, I love that one with the streaks and everything.
Eventually, this flirtation culminated in them stripping for each other at a flimsy fence, which was followed by sexual touching through the links.
Karla, put your eyes next to the chain link. I will put my finger to the fence.
Oh, you gonna poke her in the eye?
Yup.
Okay.
There you go. Got your nose.
Oh,
I got your nose,
that's
actually.
nice. Okay.
Eventually, though, the good times in prison for Karla Homolka had to come to an end.
Oh, God.
She must have
had
been
to be
kicking and
released.
screaming like that woman from Wolf of Wall Street, not to take her out of the picture, but in this case, she just wanted to stay in prison.
Yep.
When it came time for her release hearing, however, there were differing opinions on what Karla's place in society was going to be.
Make her prime minister.
I
No.
want to be a professional ice skater.
No.
Do I just get whatever I want? I want to be an icing tester to see how delicious icing was.
You can do that.
Oh,
Well, a psychiatrist who'd been working with Karla for years had a sympathetic view, and 18 other psychologists agreed that Karla Homolka no longer represented a threat to society.
As long as she's getting fucked, no one else is going to die.
Yeah, but I think that's what got her in prison in the first place.
But a forensic psychologist named Dr. Hubert Van Jigzegem said that
No, it's not.
I don't know
No,
what
that's
this
not your
name
name,
is.
sir.
it's definitely
Why do I feel like he's just like dressed in a plexiglass suit?
No, it's definitely Dr. Hubert Van Jigzegem. There's no other way.
Jigzegem?
Maybe it's Gigzegem, but it's either Jigzegem or Gigzegem.
Gig-jig'em.
Jigzism. I don't know.
I don't know,
Anyway,
man.
A lot of
He's
names.
from Ontario, so he could be pronounced in any way.
Names are interesting, aren't they?
Well, Van Jigzegem said that the threat didn't necessarily lay with Karla per se. Instead, the threat was that Karla would find herself once again in the thrall of another sexual sadist like Paul Bernardo.
It doesn't happen that often. Like it takes two to complete the circuit.
And Paul Bernardo, was the Canadian Ted Bundy, but she is the Canadian Ted Bundy's assistant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Jan Bundy.
She is Harley Quinn, right? If this is real, right? She is Harley Quinn.
Don't give her Harley Quinn status.
Now, Harley
No.
Quinn has been turned into a hero because Margot Robbie decided to do her, but she used to be a villain. Now,
Used to be.
she's like this, like now she is just straight up this
She's an
thing.
anti-hero.
She's an anti-hero, but now she's just the hero. Now she's just the hashtag girl boss hero.
Okay.
Yeah. From what Van Jigzegem speculated, Karla was attracted to sexual psychopaths, a hybristophiliac, as we said in part 1. But Van Jigzegem also said that just so long as she stayed away from men like that, she would be of no danger to anyone.
And you guys know, I'm certain some of our ladies and people who are single who are over like maybe the age of 33, right? You know, it's so easy to stay out of those toxic things as soon as you're in it. Like as soon as you love a bad boy, you're like, well, I'm done with that. I am definitely not going to date some other man that's bad for me again.
No, I don't know. I mean, what does this mean? How are they going to stop her from dating bad men?
They're going to check her Tinder.
Yeah.
They're going to set her up. Actually, the next part of this is they're going to do a singles meetup for Karla after this, where they bring her guys that they know, being like, well, my buddy Dave's single and he's an accountant. He would actually be great for Karla. Yeah. And then they throw a little party for her and they get a piñata.
Mm-hmm. Well, that could be kind of nice. It's a lot for a first date.
It is.
Well, that's the point, man, is they don't know. They've already made the deal. Karla's getting out of prison. There's nothing to be done. But that being said, most Ontarians, most Ontarians still agreed that Karla Homolka had pulled a fast one on the prosecution when she made her immunity deal, because that deal was made before the tapes featuring her participating in the crimes with Paul, before those were ever seen.
Now you got us on this one. But you fool us twice. Shame on us, all right? But this time, you get out of here,
Yeah,
right?
she pulled a really slow one.
Yes.
It's just everyone was...
It was very slow.
Yeah, it was pretty slow. Pretty simple.
Therefore, the state was going to make sure that Karla did as much time as possible, and she was denied parole 2/3 of the way into her sentence because the National Parole Board ruled that she was still at risk to commit another violent crime. But it's also not like she'd been a model prisoner. She'd taken great pains to start a sexual relationship with another murderer who had abused a woman to death while she was still in prison, which was exactly what people like Dr. Van Jigzegem feared.
That is literally she.
Jigzegem, you got us again.
Because we were just joking about it, but now that you read, like, you just say it in the sentence, that is completely true. Like, she sought out another man who killed women.
She has a type.
Yes. She has a type. She wanted it. She was excited for it.
Yeah. Way too excited for it. Way too excited.
Well, when it finally came time for her to be set free, though, the looming question was where Karla Homolka would settle. Her parents did help support her, but they still had a rocky relationship due to the whole killing their daughter thing.
I don't even know how they continued to have a relationship, but I know that Lori Homolka, she did give this whole speech to Karla about how, like, it's easy to con people, Karla. All you need to do is change your name and dye your hair, and no one will care that it's you. People are idiots, Karla. Like, it is this crazy phone call she did.
Jeez, okay, maybe it's
They're into it. They're fine with it. Yeah, they're like, well, we'll just make another daughter.
Yeah, the fruit didn't fall too far from the tree, perhaps.
Well, really, no one wanted Karla. When there was just a rumor that Karla was planning to settle in Alberta after her release, the citizens revolted, and cops had to spend days fielding calls from concerned Albertans. Now, there were speculations that Karla might sneak over here to the United States using an illegal identity, then spend the rest of her life living under a pseudonym, presumably in Las Vegas or Florida, where being a murderer doesn't really cramp one's social life that much.
Oh, I would recommend Florida.
And both of them.
Well, Vegas has a lot of cameras. There's a lot of people around. Vegas is actually pretty well monitored. Florida, I'm thinking Gainesville. I think you probably could have had a good time.
You moved to the other harbor of women of ill repute, Fort Lauderdale, which I do love. I love Fort Lauderdale. It's got a good spirit, but it's got such an open spirit that it kind of comes all the way back around, where we give free shots to people who kill their children.
It's a little too classy. I think Fort Lauderdale's a little too classy for Karla.
Whoa.
That's where my parents are.
Oh. Isn't that also where the porthole is, where they have the boiled water hot dogs at the strip club?
Absolutely.
And since COVID, they got tongs.
Yeah, that was nice. No, I'm pretty sure the boiled hot dogs was just a thing, and now it's gone.
Because of COVID, they're like, well, that's unsanitary.
Yeah,
nowadays, now we're just giving out we're cutting down the ice luge shots.
It was there for football Sunday.
But in the end, Karla did what everyone expected her to do. Being fluent in both English and French, Karla settled in Quebec, mostly because her face was not as well known in Quebec as it was in English-speaking Canada. But that's not to say Karla didn't have restrictions. After a 2-day hearing, a judge ruled in 2005, a month before Karla's release, that she still posed a risk to the public at large. So he put on some restrictions.
Number 1, you can only have 3 orgasms a day.
A day.
A day.
A day.
Police had to know her home address, her work address, the names of her roommates, any changes to her own name, and any plan she had to be away from her home for more than 48 hours. And that notice had to come 72 hours before she left the home.
Okay, this does sound like a lot of work you're expecting the government to do in a timely fashion, which I don't think is possible or credible in any way, shape, or form, but it's fine.
Not given the history here, but...
She couldn't contact Paul Bernardo, and she couldn't contact the families of Leslie Mahaffey or Kristen French.
Oh, thank God. You imagine that. Oh, my. We haven't even, obviously, we bring a little levity to it. But the families of these victims following all of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Must have been fucking nauseous.
Oh, yeah.
They still follow it to this day. I mean, Paul Bernardo was just denied parole, and, the families had to go and give victim impact statements to make sure he didn't get out. And also, this year was the 30th anniversary of the Leslie Mahaffey murder.
Can't they just play the tapes
it's like
again?
It's double fucking. It's double tragedy.
But Paul Bernardo, his whole thing is he keep being like, yeah, I did hurt people in the past, but let's think about the rap. Like, he really is this idea, like, he keeps he keeps on this idea of being like, that's the past. Why do people keep talking to me about the past?
Yeah,
it's like, I'm a guy now. I'm some other guy. I'm Paul Jason Teal now.
Okay.
Yep. Karla also couldn't be with anyone under the age of 16. She couldn't do any drug besides prescription medicine. She had to continue therapy, and she had to provide police with a DNA sample.
Okay.
If any of these orders were violated, Karla was required to serve a maximum 2-year sentence. But Karla Homolka never violated any of her conditions. She's never again broken the law to the knowledge of the general public, and she has never returned to prison. Upon her release in 2005, Karla relocated to the South Shore community of Longueuil in Quebec. The next year, she attempted to change her name to Emily Chiara Tremblay, because Tremblay is the Quebecois equivalent of Smith. But, of course, her request was denied.
Okay, so very common. She just
Yeah,
wants
you
to
want to
blend
be a common
in.
name. Yeah, because Karla Homolka.
Homolka.
That is a very distinct name.
Yeah.
But also remember, by this point, her name was legally Karla Teal.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. But even then, everyone still knew that shit as well.
I gotta say, though, to be honest, if we were kids, right? Let's imagine us ragtag group of boys.
I'm a baby. I'm
not a baby kid.
Give me the milk.
No,
Give me
not,
that
no,
milk.
my fucking, no, go advance a little bit. Kid,
I'm a man.
you're a teenager.
Oh, yes.
It would be kind of crazy being like, Karla moved in next door, bro.
Yeah.
And like, then you would have to do like stakeouts and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, we
It
could
would,
live in
like, it would
I'd
send
say-
a buzz around middle school.
I would set a fire on a bag of shit
Yeah.
every weekend in front of her house.
You could. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be like the Burbs. It'd be amazing.
We did that one time with the poop and the fire, but the guy just looked at it through the window.
Yeah, because he knew what it
Yeah,
was.
and then he waited for it to go down, but then he did have to clean it up. So joke's on you, homeowner, who didn't do anything wrong.
Within a year of Karla's attempted name change, she gave birth to
What?
her first child under the name of Leanne Teal with her lawyer's brother.
Oh my God!
remember-
this poor fucking kid.
Right
Okay.
before Paul Bernardo turned his full sword on her, she was playing with the idea of pulling the goalie and not taking her birth control anymore so that she could make Paul give her a baby, because that's what she wanted real bad.
Oh, thank God
So
they
she-
did not have a baby.
She thought, could you imagine
That would have ended up
baby?
like the Lost Prophets
Maybe they had-
lead singer situation.
Or the Prime Minister of Canada. You know what I mean? Like that fucking psychopath would just go all the way to
I'm
the
just saying
top
they would
of the
do something
government.
horrible to that baby.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Well,
think.
what Paul told her is that if she had a baby, it would have to be a girl, because then Paul could turn the girl into a sex slave.
Okay, see,
and
I
if it
nailed
was
it.
and if it was a boy, then Paul was going to make her abort it.
Yeah, he was going to kill
Oh
her.
my
Yeah.
fucking okay.
Yeah.
You guys, I feel like we didn't keep straight. Like Paul Bernardo is not a nice guy.
No,
I think it's pretty well baked into
Yeah.
the
He was just a total roving psychopath, and we're just very lucky that he was so bad at being a psychopath as well. It's the combination of the two, was that besides the laziness of the Canadian police, I really don't think that he would have operated for very long because of how bad he was at doing it as well.
Well, we can hope.
Yeah. Well, reportedly, when Karla gave birth, nurses working at the hospital cared for the baby, but refused to give any care to Karla Homolka. Now, having a kid seems to have gone against one of the conditions of her release. Because, remember, she's not allowed to be around anyone under the age of 16.
Yeah, but what did you make him?
Yeah,
but you made him.
Holy shit, she found herself a loophole.
She did.
Yeah, but that condition was thrown away on November 30th, 2005, just a few months after it was put into place. So Karla ended up marrying her lawyer's brother, right?
Sure.
What a fantastic wedding
Hey,
that
man,
must have been.
every lawyer has to have her brother.
Yeah,
and every lawyer has to have a brother that's very similar in my mind to a Roger Clinton.
Earl, Earl, I just got to sit you down here, Earl. Now, can you stop fucking my worst clients?
I don't
because
understand,
this is the third one you fucked, and they're not for you.
But you protect me in court. And so what I need you, honestly, is to also protect me in love.
Yeah.
And protect my heart, brother.
Fine, Earl. Fuck all of my clients.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Well, when Karla got out of prison, she had a very specific idea of what type of husband she wanted. In a 1998 prison evaluation, she outlined what type of husband she wanted to find after her release.
His first name starts with a P. His last name starts with a Nardo.
She said that she wanted to meet a man who was educated, loyal, wants children, and, quote, believes in the moral values of marriage.
Whatever.
He had to love his mother. He had to love pets. He couldn't have a criminal background, and he would be, if possible, attractive.
Okay, so I mean that's actually nice that she didn't go with like serial killer.
Well, she
slash
couldn't
sexual
say it
predator.
at the court. She couldn't say it in court. She couldn't say like, "I want a man that will fucking fuck me till I'm almost dead." Like she couldn't say that in court. No, it's hard. You save that for Twitter, TikTok. I want him to slay my pussy. I want him to rip up my fucking pussy and punch my face in.
I don't
but
know.
I mean positive.
Yeah.
Well, soon after giving birth, Karla left Canada for the Caribbean to escape notoriety.
Hey man, on to Rio. You got to take it down south.
Yeah, go to the Caribbean. Why not?
Reportedly, she wanted her 1-year-old son to lead a more normal life, and she temporarily relocated to Antilles, where it's rumored she worked as a teacher.
Oh.
Well, before long, Karla returned to Quebec, had 2 more kids, and resurfaced in the news in 2016 when she was 45 years old. See, Karla had tried restarting her life, and she was living in a Quebecois town called Chateauguay, where her children attended Centennial Park Elementary School. And of course, once the press blew Karla's cover, concerned parents whose children also went to Centennial Park responded, with one saying, quote,
I'd like parents to step up and make a stink.
Make a stink.
I want all of the biggest, fattest dads and the biggest, fattest moms to stand in front of that elementary school and fart until everybody's out of there. Smoke them out.
Yeah, smoke them out. Fart them out. Fumigate them out. Yeah, I could see parents being like, whoa, what now? What? Who's? But I also, the kids didn't deserve. The kids, you never know who's going to birth you.
I mean, all the parents who talked to the press made sure to say they felt bad for the kids, but the general consensus was fuck them.
Yep.
Because nobody wanted Karla Homolka anywhere around their kids, even if it meant ruining the lives of Karla's kids.
Yep. No one has to be born.
No, I'm surprised they weren't given up for adoption, to be honest.
No, she wanted total control. Karla Homolka, though, wanted to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I really do feel like in the end she wants to see, because that's where the one thing about, this might be controversial to say, the one thing about a women's psychological game sometimes is that it comes down to, I'll show you just how good of a citizen I can be and how you can't fuck with me afterwards. And she's like, literally,
with a mom.
I could see with her playing the long game, being like, try to fuck with me now that I'm a mother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, of course.
She's being a good citizen just to spite the Canadian.
Yes.
Well, that's the best kind of revenge,
It
isn't
is.
it?
Yeah. Well, specifically, what had upset parents at Centennial Park Elementary School the most was that Karla had been supervising field trips
Oh my
and
God.
she once brought her dog into the classroom to interact with the other children.
All right, now bark at its pussy. Bark at the kid's pussy.
Yeah, I don't know, Karla. Bring your mom to work day or bring your mom to school day has really backfired on us.
It really is.
You know, all I'm going to say is just thank Christ Karla and fucking Paul never brought their dog Buddy into the whole thing.
Oh my
Thank
God,
God.
Marcus. God
No,
damn.
there's precedent for it. The
silver
fucking
lining is that
toolbox
they
killer.
didn't have their
There's
dog
precedent.
fuck anyone.
Hey,
How bad is your life when you're like, I didn't have my dog fuck anyone, and I want people to understand that I didn't do that.
I'm just saying I'm happy that the dog was left out of it.
Yeah, because you know who I think
agree.
about?
I'm happy a cat was fucking left out of it. I'm happy that all animals were left out of it.
Because you know who makes me think about is fucking Dennis Nielsen's fucking dog, Bleep, who did
don't even wanna-
nothing. Who did nothing.
Rise from your grave.
This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. You know, stigma shows up in a lot of different places. I know I had to explain to my handyman about the devil imagery in my home. I had to explain that in our home, El Diablo es bueno. And he reluctantly agreed. I think largely just because he was in my home and he was scared. But over time, he began to see, the devil can be my amigo. See, even in 2026, stigma can get in the way of a lot of things, right? My handyman almost didn't put up my floating media cabinet, right? You got to get support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking the first step yourself because you're busy, worried what others will think, or telling yourself you should handle it alone. No, you need a team. Get therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform. Give me a space to slow down and talk through what's building before it feels unmanageable. So let's take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of ethics and are fully qualified. So don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod. It's obvious we love true crime, but it does make us feel a little paranoid about what's out there, as it should. And that's why it's so important to get a home security system that gives you peace of mind. With SimpliSafe, you can stop crimes before they even start using their AI-powered cameras to identify threats on your property and alert US-based live agents to take action. Like arriving in a helicopter in the night, coming down from the helicopter, zipping down and breaking through the windows with their big axes, and going through the house, ripping through the walls, finding the criminals. It's easy to do. SimpliSafe has been a game changer for us. And the best part, there's no long-term contract. We've used it since the very early days of SimpliSafe here at LPN, and it keeps us safe, doesn't it? It keeps all of our thoughts inside the building. Then there's the ones we let out because they have to go out because that's a part of it. But SimpliSafe keeps the other thoughts safe. And for that, we say thank you, SimpliSafe. And we want you to experience the same peace of mind as we, which is why we've partnered with SimpliSafe to offer an exclusive discount to all of our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors. But there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Now, Karla has since resettled in another town near Montreal, but she's once again been doxxed. She got doxxed earlier this year. From what a court ruled, She is a public figure, and she therefore has no expectation of privacy. That means that no matter what, Karla will be doxxed everywhere she goes for the rest of her life. And so it's likely that Karla Homolka will never know peace as long as she stays in Canada. Because while she may have fooled the prosecution in the early 90s, it seems like no one in Canada is ever going to forget what Karla Homolka did.
She traumatized the nation during a very specific time. What they all learned, everything that came out in that court, from what I've gotten, honestly, from readers, from listeners' emails that have sent us stuff, like talking about this. Like,
dude, if I was one of those
traumatizing.
jurors, I wouldn't be the same. I feel horrible for the jurors on that trial.
Honestly, she is
anyone who had to see
distinctive.
that stuff. Ugh.
She's distinctive looking.
Yeah,
Right.
she
She's
is.
got very big eyes. She looks like Karla Homolka. So I think she's easy to pick out in a crowd, too.
Very much so. Now, she looks just like Tracy from Love After Lockup, R.I.P.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she died, huh?
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
Yeah.
recently.
Great. Good. Sad. I don't
Good
know how to
change.
react.
Yeah, good
It's
flight.
sad.
No, that's
It's
fine.
sad.
No,
It's
no,
sad.
you're fine.
It's sad.
You
No,
you
no.
didn't know who this person. You don't
I
know
don't
who
watch
this
You
Love
don't know
After
this
Lockup.
person.
Makes
They were
me
the best.
sad.
Clint and Tracy. They were the best. They were the best couple easily.
How'd
You don't
she
have to
di-
feel.
how
Your
did
heart
she die?
your heart doesn't have to bleed for every single person who dies.
Yes,
See what I mean?
that's
What
true. That's
happened?
true.
She just died.
It was a drug overdose. She had a
Drug
kid.
overdose.
She put it up for adoption, and then she had presumably a drug overdose. It hasn't been, the cause of death has not been released.
Not
just
too much
yet.
love, though.
No,
Not too much love after Lockup.
no. But here in America, when we release infamous murderers from prison, it seems like they can live a pretty solid life just so long as they live it in Florida.
All right, you're released. Now I just need you to go out there and make enough content so we can make a television show. I think you get out there, right? Don't you kill anybody else. All right.
Now, the two of you know more about our next subject because both of you follow her escapades on Side Stories quite a bit. But from my reading, seems like Casey Anthony has been doing just fine since her acquittal.
She's living.
RBG. She is fine.
She's living life. Yeah, she celebrated RPG's passing. She
RBG.
She absolutely was sad about that. Oh, cool. And then she is basically one of the Real Housewives of Fort Lauderdale right now.
It is extremely interesting, although I can't say that her life is glorious.
Are you? Oh,
I don't know. I don't think she's doing that
she
good.
is. She could get a table at Flanagan's whenever she wants.
Her friends actually work at a place called Flanagan's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who need a refresher, Casey Anthony definitely killed her 2-year-old daughter Kaylee back in 2008, but was acquitted of the crime because the investigators weren't tech-savvy, and jurors sometimes think they're far smarter than they really are.
Shots taken.
Wow. Firefox.
Well, the jurors in this case were fucking morons, and the investigators, I'm not really going to blame them too much. It's just, it was one of those weird times. You don't know that there's more than one internet browser on a computer. There's not just Internet Explorer. There's also Firefox.
There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Now 35 years old, Casey Anthony is reportedly working on a detailed and definitive account of her life and the tragedy of losing her daughter Kaylee and everything that followed. As of March 2020, she had 3 chapters written and ready to go.
It's hard to write a book, though, isn't it, Marcus?
It is extremely hard.
Is she self-publishing?
No word on who is publishing it.
'Cause I think
Probably
that-
self-publishing. I'm imagining it's not going to come out.
I don't think it's going to come out. I've
Yeah.
heard several proposed projects from her. I know that she was supposed to do the Penthouse spread. That was supposed to happen.
$500,000.
Yeah, but that didn't
I think
materialize.
wasn't it Hustler? Or was
Maybe.
it Penthouse? It was
might
one
be
of those.
Hustler, but then
Maybe
also
Cherry.
the OnlyFans that has been rumored. I still have not yet seen.
No, there's really
I wonder
not.
if she would be allowed on OnlyFans or if they
Oh, yeah, of
kick
course.
her off of there.
That's a free place. It's free.
Well, I don't know.
Well, today, tabloids run the same sorts of stories on Casey Anthony that they'd run on a reality TV star. In May of this year, she got into a bar fight at an Irish pub called O'Shea's in West Palm Beach with a girl named Thelma Moya over a guy.
You don't fuck with Thelma's. Oh, you're gonna fuck with Thelma's guy.
Thelma's
you do
guy.
not fuck with a Thelma's
But
guy.
also, you're lessening the importance of this fight. Casey Anthony went as far as to call Thelma her arch nemesis
Yes.
at O'Shea's.
At O'Shea.
Yes.
Well, apparently the whole and O'Shea's is also that's Casey Anthony's regular bar.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
she's
dog.
been you can see Casey Anthony at O'Shea's anytime.
If you own that bar, you're just like, she just started showing up. She sits in the booth We don't know what to do.
The listener emails I got from people that are on the scene and around the area, they all say the same thing. She pays good money. We might say that some people in Florida might have sort of an attention-hungry mindset. I
So
think
they
there's
go and talk to her?
Owners.
I think the owners like the fact that, I own the bar that Casey Anthony drinks.
It's
like a
notoriety. It's the
Yeah.
notoriety thing. They like being anti-everyone, right? Which has come out that's a more stronger flavor, a national flavor that we've seen over the last 5 years, where they like to make sure everybody knows that they're going to tell you to go fuck themselves. So they do stuff like, Casey Anthony's safe here to drink.
Well, I think the only place she should be allowed to drink is Dick's Last Resort.
She gets her,
so
talking
she
about her
gets-
pussy stinks, or her baby, quote unquote, died, and it put quotation marks.
She gets it just as hard as she takes it. I'll tell you that much.
Well, apparently-
She needs to get a roast.
What
She needs to get a roast.
She needs. Oh my God! You fucking say that out loud again. Casey Anthony and O.J. Simpson are next on the roast list for sure.
Well, apparently, Casey Anthony and Thelma Moya had dated the same man at the same time, and these two West Palm Beach beauties had a long-standing feud even outside of this mysterious man who had the nerve to date Casey Anthony.
You know he won't be a father.
No, probably not.
The whole thing started when Thelma spilled a drink on Casey's leg. And
Oh,
before
no one
they-
actually spills the drink on accident.
Yep, and before they knew it, drinks were being thrown in faces and the cops were called. No charges were filed, but Casey did threaten a restraining order, and that is a far fucking cry from Karla Homolka being chased from town to town. This was reported in TMZ.
Oh, yeah, dog. And then
Right,
I actually went to, this is probably first and last podcast history. I went to TikTok and looked at fucking Casey Anthony information.
Is
and
she on there?
No. But there was a very fun story that someone had posted that was, I forgot the user, that had worked at the
O'Shea's?
Not at O'Shea's. When she worked for the theme park, when she worked for Universal,
okay.
she worked for the same company, right, that works with Universal. And she sat at Casey Anthony's desk that she used to work at, and she opened up one of the drawers to find a picture of a pregnant Casey Anthony. That was from when she was pregnant with Kaylee, and apparently the word around that office was that Casey Anthony was a pathological liar. The bit that they said was that she could have a hamburger for lunch and she'd still say, I had a salad for lunch. It's like that type of,
Right,
she'd lie
lying
about
things
anything.
that you're like, why are you lying about
When
that?
she was
Who cares?
pregnant, she called it a cyst. She said that she had some cysts growing in her, and then finally she's like, well, wouldn't you know it? I'm pregnant. And they're all like, yeah, because if you had a cyst inside of you, you'd be, if that was that size and growing larger, you're either growing a twin, like it's Squatto from fucking Total Recall, or it's fucking you are gonna die soon.
Well, it would be constant, extreme, excruciating pain.
Yes.
I will say Casey Anthony, in this one situation, she is not as bad as Karla Homolka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Karla's actually worse.
I mean, yes,
Than
I do
Casey
agree.
Anthony?
I do. If we're gonna
if
stack their crimes,
we're gonna grade
Karla
it,
is
yeah.
worse.
Yeah. Now, around the same time that Casey decided she was going to tell her side of the story, she also launched a private investigation firm in Florida to help those facing serious legal charges. Because, as a source put it, Casey knows what it's like to be accused of doing something she didn't do.
Yeah, yes, she does.
But yeah, she applied for that in December 2020.
Okay.
Named Case Research and Consulting Services. And it took me a little bit to get the pun here. Because it's named Case because her name's Casey.
And it's cases.
And also, case is something a private investigator works on.
You
It
know.
took you a while to get that pun. You're a New York Times bestselling author.
Circeus.
Yeah.
It's fine. He can't know everything.
Yeah.
that was just
I'm not
He's
perfect.
working it out.
I'm
It's a
not
low-
as smart as people think I am. I don't know
I tell
how
him
many
that
times
every
I
day,
have to
but
say
no one-
this.
Yep. Okay.
They don't know.
All right, fine.
Yeah. Well, the
He
firm
works hard.
He does.
Yeah.
He works
Works
hard.
hard.
That's
yeah,
the,
work.
but that's
but
the whole point. I'm not that smart. I just work really fucking hard. That's what you got to do when you're not that smart.
At LP, and we talk about this about how talent, we have none of it. It's
No.
all work.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Yeah. Well, the firm would never have actually had Casey Anthony as a private investigator herself because Florida law disqualifies felons from holding a PI license.
Is she a felon?
Yes. She had to face 13 charges of felony check fraud before prosecutors could even get to the murder charge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Oh, so
Yeah.
she's a felonious check writer.
That's the
That
biggest
she
crime
is.
of all in America.
I guess, especially in Florida. You imagine looking out your window and just seeing Casey Anthony eating a taco in the car. And she'd be like, is fucking Casey Anthony spying?
In Florida, yes.
What is
Again,
happening?
in Florida, it's a special atmosphere.
I guess.
But still, Casey could be the face of case research and consulting services. And she could also, like, you know, do surveillance on people and like Facebook searches and shit like that, just not the PI stuff.
She's like the mermaid at the head of the ship.
Yeah,
Of
the
case
masthead.
research and consulting
Okay,
services.
sure.
Well, apparently, Casey has spent the last few years learning the ropes of private investigation from Patrick McKenna, a 72-year-old private dick that Casey's been living with for a while in West Palm
So
Beach.
Living with, quote, quote,
At some point, Casey, you will find that it's boring. And at that point, you're going to want to jerk off.
Shut up.
And when, no,
Shut up.
this is
I'm
part
not
of the
doing-
training.
I'm not doing anything.
This
You
is
pay me to
part of your
commercials.
training.
You pay me to commercials.
You'll find out when you get bored out. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's in Florida.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what, though. I'll fucking suck your dick so I could live here another month. You
Hell yeah.
old man, old cum.
Why don't you live here for another 5 years, okay? All right.
Well, interestingly, Patrick McKenna is also the guy who unearthed the infamous tape of Mark Furman saying the N-word a whole bunch and admitting to all sorts of police malfeasance during a conversation with an aspiring screenwriter. That shit wouldn't have come to light if it wasn't for Patrick McKenna.
Never say secrets to
Yeah.
somebody who's desperately trying to write a script.
Yeah, that would
because
hurt.
I mean, it's just we're on deadline right now, and I feel the pressure of just
Oh,
being
yeah.
like, "What did you say?" Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
No.
Furman probably wasn't happy with that in hindsight.
No.
Yeah, you remember this woman when she gave those tapes, when she fucking sold those tapes, she didn't sell the tapes for money. She sold the tapes in exchange for people looking at her screenplay. That's all she
Oh
wanted.
my God.
That's right.
But this tape...
That's what she did?
Yep.
That's what got fucking OJ off?
Yes, this tape sunk the conviction of O.J. Simpson for the murders of Ron Goldman and his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. And that brings us to Florida's next famous felon.
Oh, where is he? Where's the real murderer?
Yeah, who is
Where's
he?
the real murderer? Also, it is important to know, we also and that one went on to create the White Lotus. And it's really incredible what kind of premiere television can be made from people. That's not true. I have no clue who
I was
that woman is.
I was watching some college football, and there was this dude. It was near USC, and there was this guy this college kid in an O.J. Simpson USC jersey, and I didn't know how to feel about it. I was kind of like, you know what? I don't know.
I don't know,
Like, I
man.
understand he was
It's
very
complicated.
good at USC,
Yes.
Actually,
but
I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk football here in a minute, but you're going to have to wait for it.
okay.
Now, really, what can we say about O.J. Simpson that hasn't already been said?
I love him. What a guy!
Yeah, the only thing that's never been
Didn't
said.
do it.
What a nice man.
Wow.
Well, currently, O.J. lives in St. Petersburg, Florida, where Henry got married.
Yes, indeed, and we'll be back there next year, and it is very possible we see him.
Yeah. And from what I can tell from OJ's Twitter, he spends most of his time playing golf. Hello, Twitter world.
He loves golf.
Yeah.
Hello, Twitter world.
OJ was released from prison 4 years ago on October 1st, 2017, after he served 9 years for trying to steal back some of his own sports memorabilia in a hotel room in Las Vegas.
I
And of
actually,
course,
funny enough, I feel like it was longer ago.
No.
I feel like
4
it was shorter.
years.
4
You
years.
thought it was shorter?
I thought it was shorter, yeah. And of course, that sports memorabilia was some of the stuff he had lost to the Goldman family after the Goldman family successfully filed a civil suit against O.J. Simpson for the wrongful death of their son.
Yeah.
Now, between O.J.'s erroneous acquittal in 1995 and his misadventure at the Palace Station Hotel in 2007, O.J. was a pariah pretty much everywhere in America except for Florida and Las Vegas. During his darkest times, O.J. starred, and I gotta mention it again, in the oft-mentioned hidden camera prank show Juiced.
Yeah,
Which,
man.
if you've never seen it, the reason why I keep mentioning it is because I want everybody to see Juiced. It still stands as one of the most bizarre true crime artifacts in American history.
I have never done meth. Therefore, I've never had the meth hangover.
Yeah.
But it feels like it when you watch that, I would imagine that's what it feels like. Your skin feels like it's kind of crawling and you just feel dirty.
It's
Yeah.
exploitation at its peak
Oh, it's
because
bad.
it's not amusing. It's
Wasn't
not
the director
entertaining.
from Bum Fights?
Yes,
Wasn't he that
I believe
guy?
so. Maybe. O.J. Simpson is
scumbag.
visibly intoxicated throughout the entire thing, and it's just it hangs together like watching an hour-long car crash.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, there's a segment where he tries to sell the Bronco that he made the escape in.
It's just not funny either.
It's
anything.
not funny it's not funny at all.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, Mr. Film TV critic.
I'm just saying.
That's your complaint?
Yes.
What would have been funny?
Well, okay, so I'll give an example of how bad Juiced is and how truly disturbing it is that we had at one point during one of our live show iterations, we had a segment on O.J. Simpson being an MK Ultra agent.
Yes.
And so I wanted to show a small segment of Juiced to just kind of show the audience this is what O.J. did after the acquittal. I watched Juice like 4 times trying to find like a 5 to 10, maybe even a 15-second segment of like, this is what Juiced is all about. This is a funny bit. And the clip that I finally chose, it was the best one that I could find. I have never seen a live show sink so fast.
I think that was our show. I think that was one of our first shows in Seattle.
Yeah, it bombed.
No, it was after Seattle. The one that I remember the most was St. Louis at the BB at. I think it was at that St.
Chuck
Louis
Berry's
show.
place.
Oh,
Chuck
yes,
Berry's
that's right.
place. Yeah, great show. Except for that, like it was the biggest SAG moment because it just makes people uncomfortable.
It's
and
just
makes very
weird.
people very uncomfortable because it's like 3 years after his acquittal, maybe 4, and everyone knows in there like, holy shit, this man is not only a murderer, but he's making light of being a murderer,
and it's just not clicking.
No, there was something wrong with it.
Well, today, O.J. Simpson seems to be brute forcing his way back into everyday life, as if public opinion is a defensive line that O.J. can eventually break through.
It does feel like that. I just realized that. Yeah, it does feel like a guy searching for openings.
He got a couple of big wins, though, this year with Jeffrey Toobin.
Oh, God, the Jeffrey Toobin thing.
Toobin wrote the book on O.J., and O.J. has always hated him.
Yeah.
And so when Toobin got caught jerking off, technically, O.J. Simpson won
Got
that
his
day.
revenge that day.
Just that one day.
Just this last Sunday, on Halloween 2021,
I don't know.
OJ flew up to Buffalo to attend a Bills game, perhaps trying to return to his glory days on the football field.
Was he in the stadium?
Here's him on Twitter speaking from his suite about the Buffalo Bills, past, present,
Holy
and
shit, I
future.
didn't know this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Let's fucking get into it.
Hey, Twitter world, it's me, yours truly. At one of my favorite places. We call it Rich Stadium back then. Hard to believe that it was like 48 years ago that we opened this stadium. It was my 5th year in the league. And it was a year that I gained 2,000 yards in 14 games. And as a team, we went over 3,000 yards, which was an NFL record. And I gotta add, it was only in 14 games back then. Well, they're playing the Miami Dolphins, my Bills. And when I was in Buffalo, my rookie year, we beat the Dolphins. Never beat them again. 8 more years, playing them twice a year, we never won. But guess what? My Bills gonna kick their butts today.
Whoa, OJ, that got scary.
Back then, the first year in this stadium, I had 3 rookies on offense. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback. Joe DeLamielleure, now a Hall of Famer.
He's wearing his
Playing
fucking
guard,
championship
and
ring,
Will
too.
Seymour was on the offensive line playing tight end. I went for 2,000 yards, and the team went for, as I said, over 3,000 yards. And we had a winning record for the first time in my years in Buffalo. We won 9 games.
Wow, in a 14-game season.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about building a new stadium. That tells me I'm getting really old. But today, I'm here to watch my Buffalo Bills kick some butt.
Whoa, okay.
I'm just saying. Take care and good luck with your fantasy today.
Well, thank you so much, OJ.
Jesus
we definitely
fucking
know that
Christ.
for a man who forgot the double murder, he really has a good memory. Really good memory. Like, he knew everything.
He seems to know
He knew
every
his
other
stars.
detail about his entire life, except he's like, I don't really think a lot about that day.
Don't think a lot about that.
Seriously?
All
I
you
just
had
don't
to-
think about that day.
It would have
Yeah.
just been so much easier for you not to commit double murder. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just, just think
And
about
dude,
relaxing a little bit.
Dude, OJ might actually push through. As soon as people in the stadium recognized OJ Simpson, they swarmed him with the loving embrace of a fandom welcoming back the greatest gridiron hero they ever had.
So it's just a couple of penalty flags in life.
Yeah, he did
he's
it.
back on track. Okay.
America loves famous people.
Yes.
And it does get to a point. I was talking about this with Natalie this morning. On some level, human beings just view fame as this equalizing thing where eventually you just kind of become famous, capital F famous. And whatever it is that you were famous for, you kind of, that starts to fade into the background.
Sure.
And you slowly just become a part of one of the TV people
Why was
that you stare at every day. And you're like, that's a TV person. I'm going to vote for them for president.
Well, I'll never forget when we were standing outside. We were walking on the street of Comic-Con. These people were just standing outside this door. And we're like, who are you waiting for? And they just said, a celebrity.
Anybody.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's
Literally
the
anybody. It's
saddest
like,
thing I've ever heard.
But like,
Yeah.
why is Zsa Zsa Gabor famous? No idea.
No
But
clue.
she just was. And it's like, I guess same thing with like a Paris Hilton. I don't
Zsa
know.
Zsa Gabor was just like, she was famous. I understand. I actually prefer famous for being famous.
Yeah.
Versus
Famous
this.
for being a double murderer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, while Canada certainly doesn't forgive and forget infamous murderers, America seems a little more likely to welcome them back into society, providing, of course, that they're either a celebrity or pretty.
Pretty. It helps.
Pretty also
Big
helps.
tits.
Pretty
Big tits
also
help.
works. Yeah, big tits
Yeah.
and pretty also that's also acceptable. But
It is.
that's really the only two that we'll forgive anybody for. And also being
Absolutely.
yeah. That's pretty much it.
And let's not forget, O.J. Simpson was a very well-loved celebrity before all of
He
this.
was.
But that quickly fades if you do want to get a little serious. Listen to the tapes of Nicole Brown Simpson calling the cops.
You should.
He's a fucking maniac.
You remember.
And he is just
Listen
a
to our
complete
series.
and utter threat
Yeah,
to
listen, he
everybody.
decapitated that man. She nearly decapitated her. He was an absolute beast.
Seriously, watch The People versus O.J. Simpson. It's fantastic. One of
Sadly
the best
enough,
documentaries ever made.
he
And it's one
loved
of the
it.
best documentaries of the last 10 years.
He loved it. That's the
Did
only
he?
thing that sucked. The only
Why though?
complaint
It
he
shows
had-
that he was a fucking hypocrite and he sold out all of his people.
I think he's like a sociopath.
Whoa, weird. Oh yeah, I forget that he's a fucking sociopath.
But the only complaint he had was that Cuba Gooding Jr.'s head was too small.
What?
No, that was the
That's the
People
show.
versus O.J. Simpson. That's the show. I'm talking about the documentary, the 30
Oh, you're
for
talking.
30
Okay,
series.
yes. He loved the show. He just didn't because he has a huge fucking head.
Was too
Yeah. No,
small.
The People versus O.J. Simpson is the show. The documentary is
O.J. Simpson's a big fat asshole.
Made in America, I think.
Yeah.
Something
Made in
like that.
America.
An American
That
tragedy.
is amazing.
Something like
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Yes,
That was my
O.J.
mistake.
Simpson Made in America. That 30 for 30, I believe, is fantastic. All right. Well, there you go. Where are they now? It should,
They're in your
the
backyard.
answer should be prison. But they
Here in
are-
your backyard. We want to say we are hitting the road. We're going to be in North Carolina. We're going to be in South Carolina.
Can't wait.
Going to be in Boise. Going to be in Portland soon, December. Buy those live tickets. We're coming to see your fucking ass.
We can't wait. I promise you. No O.J. Simpson footage in the show.
No, not this one.
And
this
do
one.
we have something that we would like
Mothman
to go
coffee.
out on?
Get the coffee. Spring Hill Jack coffee. Go get that
Yes.
fucking shit. It's fun to
And
do.
don't forget, this week, Soul Plumber #2 is out in stores
Yes.
if your local comic book store ordered enough copies.
So please go out there and get that. And I know it's a good problem, but a lot of the copies are already sold out. So hopefully,
Yeah, go
just
now.
be aware that you got to grab the copies.
Go
as
now.
soon as
Don't
you
wait.
can.
Go now.
And speaking of, where are they now? There's one young man that we've discovered. This new artist.
And dare I say to shoehorn another plug for our weed. If you have weed from us, smoke it now.
Spark it.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy, he might have, he went for the king and he missed.
Yeah.
Right?
did.
And he ended up going,
Well, he
ended
hit
up going
him.
to jail.
He hit him.
He did. Technically, Ronald
And a
Reagan was a
couple
lot
other
more
guys.
hurt.
He hit 3 guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Ronald
well-
Reagan was much more hurt than they had said as well.
Absolutely.
But we're about to listen to, this is a cut from John Hinckley Jr., who's out. He's loose.
He's out and about. And if you want to hear more about John Hinckley Jr. and his interaction with the music world, listen to the next episode of New Arrivals in the No Dogs in Space Patreon, where we talk about John Hinckley Jr.'s current battle with Devo.
Yep. Hey, someone's got to fight him. Here comes John Hinckley Jr. with his original Don't Give Up on Innocence. He's trying to get into music. He's free. And
Hey man, it's got 466 upvotes and only 47 down. And when it comes to who we talked about today, Hinckley is the least scary.
sort of.
He was mentally
he's
ill.
on a lot of drugs. So.
Yes, he is very sedated. All right, everyone, take care of yourselves out there and don't give up on innocence. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
No, it's just fun. It's a coffee shop.
If we were in Buffalo and he just started playing this at a bar, I'd be
No,
like,
you can see you
okay.
tapping your foot.
I could tap my foot to it, yeah.
Anybody can relate to this song.
I too tried to kill the president.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep, so we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Hey, listeners. Marcus, Ed, and Henry here. It's a little bit of an announcement.
You loving all the episodes of Last Podcast on the Left lately? Well, listen, now you can get even more from us.
Squeeze it out of us. If you want to hear new episodes ad-free and unlock access to Last Podcast on the Left 7 days early, subscribe to SiriusXM Podcast Plus on Apple Podcasts or visit SiriusXM.com/Podcast Plus to start your free trial today. Do it.